Hi Libra, welcome to your June 2019 Astrology and Tarot reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're a regular. Just want to say thank you so much for all the continued love and support that I've received on this channel since it started. It is about a year and a half old, and I just wanted to take a moment to thank you all so much for your views, your subscriptions, your shares, even just mentioning me to friends of yours or on Twitter or whatever it is. It all means a lot, and even the views mean a lot because without you guys I would just be talking to myself about astrology and tarot and all that different stuff, because I don't know that many people that in my day-to-day life that are that interested in it, to be honest. So now Libra, so Gemini season, yay! As a cardinal sign but an air sign nonetheless, Libras like to have direction and they like it to be pretty certain. You're aware that life's uncertain, but you have to be aiming towards something and you have to be leading. So oftentimes people will say that they think Cancer, for example, is an unusual sign for a leader. Astrologers know better because they know that there's that cardinal aspect of it. But Libra, when it comes to the law, when it comes to politics, social politics, office politics, what's fair and what isn't, you guys know best. And you can lead millions if you chose to, because that's a natural Libra birthright. The law is so appropriate for Libras. And a lot of people say Sagittarians, but I don't know if I've ever been as inspired by Sagittarian people, leadership wise, as I have been by Libras. I think a lot of the people that are Libras that are in the news at the moment are really very important. A lot of the cardinal signs are showing up, particularly in the States. So I guess what I'm trying to say, Libra, is keep going, because you have a purpose that is bigger than you expected it to be. And the air signs in June are feeling very much themselves in many ways and confused as hell in others. With Saturn and Pluto retrograding in a fellow cardinal energy, Capricorn, for you that's your fourth house of home, of security. You're questioning all of that. You're acting in a way that's shaking up your security, even if you feel as though it's everyone else and everything else is doing it too. But what's actually happening, Libra, is you're undergoing a very important process, even if it feels like it's all happening too quickly, maybe with an earth sign or maybe with your career. We are leading into eclipse season of Capricorn and Cancer. You could be dealing with a Capricorn here, King of Pentacles, Taurus or Virgo. Knight of Swords, you could be dealing with a fellow Libra, an Aquarius, a Gemini. Whatever it is, two very different people with a very similar connection, a very important connection. Two of Cups connections are always important. They always mean something. It's always a soul union. So maybe with all the cardinal energy that's going around come July and the confusion there, you've had a change of heart about the direction that things are going in terms of your home and your family, your location. And maybe you're seeing something as meant to be, which originally seemed to be meaningless. You could, of course, be dealing with the fixed signs, Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, or Leo. But things are changing for the better. Luck is moving in a much better direction. If you felt, worried about going into Cancer season because you don't know what's coming, that full moon in Sagittarius is going to give you some insights that make you happy. Sagittarius for you, that full moon is very much conversational with somebody else. It could be a Pisces or a Cancer because it's the moon card, but where I'm going with this is that Sagittarian full moon on, I believe, the 17th of June is going to bring voices to the fore that you needed to talk to. That can last about 2 weeks. it can actually last right up to the next eclipse in Cancer in the beginning of July. So the last half of June in particular, Libra, is going to be giving you a very, very very important conversation, and it's going to be telling, and I think you're going to like it. There's going to be emotions coming out that you didn't realize somebody had. There's going to be feelings that somebody brings to you that you weren't expecting, and it's going to have some level of transformational change. For the eclipses that come in July, a lot of it affects your career, but a lot of it is to do with love. Page of Cups, Eight of Swords, Two of Pentacles, Temperance, and the Nine of Pentacles. A lot of this is to do with career. See if I can move this light so you can see that a little bit better. And underneath we have the Eight of Cups. So there's a lot of concern about change. In fact, you feel a little bit restricted. I don't know if you feel you could deal with any more change. Saturn and Pluto being in cardinal energy is kind of heavy, isn't it? Capricorn energy in general is quite heavy, but when we have Saturn and Pluto, very deep transformational Pluto and very karmic authoritarian Saturn, we get to know ourselves for our own shortcomings, and it can make people feel very insecure. Temperance is your challenge for this month, Libra, and that for me is that the Sagittarius full moon, since the full moon in Scorpio and coming up to the Sagittarian full moon, don't forget the full moons have been intense lately because we had 2 subsequent full moons in your sign. And when we see Temperance here, the Sagittarian full moon is going to pose an opportunity for healing that you may not see. And it could be an offer. I feel like there isn't a romantic conversation that really throws you for a loop. For many of you, it is something as simple as a conversation which you thought would give you closure, and then it doesn't give you closure. Or you hear something that you thought meant that something was beginning again, and it turned out that it wasn't. The problem with the Sagittarius full moon is that it is blunt. And your feelings might get hurt around the Sagittarius full moon if the news that you receive is somewhat hurtful. People may be more inclined to forget to think about what they say before they say it. Now with Mercury in Cancer, people are more emotionally charged in their conversation, but that's not to say Gemini is going to... It's not going to keep them holding back. Let's put it that way. The Two of Pentacles in your positive position is to weigh up your options before you strike. Nine of Pentacles means that you've a lot more to offer and a lot more going for you in a certain situation than you're caring to admit. And that is the direction that you're heading in. Even if you feel the direction that you're heading in is scary. The thing about June and July, as we move forward, because July is a lot more intense than June, Libra, but you're headed towards something that makes you think more about your future and what it is that you're doing. And the unknown is triggering you a little bit because you kind of realize how cozy you were in your habit. But as I said at the beginning, you're not meant to follow, you're meant to lead. So what are you leading towards? Because this guy is definitely striking out on his own. You could be leading towards a water sign, a Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, or you could be leading towards more creative pursuits. Nine of Pentacles, Three of Wands, Four of Cups, and the Knight of Cups, and the Empress. That's you. Okay. So if you were to know that it was all going to get better once you stopped rejecting life, would it change what you're doing? Because you have this reluctance towards this change. And what I can see for you, Libra, is that there is a lot of other wonderful, wonderful opportunities if you just decide to take the first one. You know, if you just take the first step, there's a lot of wonderful things. The problem is you're very, very indecisive, and you're going to be weighing up your options for quite a while. If it's a person, if it's a Knight of Cups, if it's a Pisces, a Cancer, a Scorpio, or if it's a Taurus or a fellow Libra, I really feel like there's some Libra on Libra loving going on. That could be the person that you build a home with. It could be the person that you have children with. It could be a lot of things. There's great opportunities with the Knight of Cups and the Empress. You may hear of someone in your life having a baby. It might be you that's having the baby. For a lot of people, this Four of Cups is somebody that you rejected but still carries a torch for you. And you might suddenly think they were actually okay. I might have messed that up a little bit. What's with the Empress? The Moon. There's very fertile energy here. This is very, very okay. Four of Wands. I kind of had to draw that. Yeah. Oh, Libra. I think for a lot of you guys, Libra, I think a lot of you are thinking of the next big step. The moving in together, the moving house, the starting a new career, the starting of your first career, starting a family, going to have children, finally getting back on the horse after a long period of being single. Do you know what's funny? I'm going back and forth about this Sagittarian full moon, but I'm actually kind of thinking that the Capricorn eclipse is going to get you. I sort of feel as though we're moving into July. Your life by the end of this summer is going to be very different because there's going to be an addition. Okay? That's what I'm trying to say. This Cancerian Capricorn eclipse season in July, I know we're doing a June reading, but this is sort of prep. Your life at the end of the summer is going to have an addition in it. So whether that is a new relationship, a new job, a new home, a new career, it's going to be an addition that you really like. Because Capricorn energy for you is fourth house. It's something that you had to go through a lot of problems to get to, though. And you might not have realized, but you were possibly blocking off a lot of opportunities because of your indecision. And now you're sort of thinking everything needs to happen now. Like, why is this not happening? It is happening, but it's happening on, it's sort of happening on more of a divine timing level. It's waited for this eclipse, and I don't know if it's because it's all completely astrological or because a lot of the things that you've been doing have been pushing you away from what you wanted. A lot of chosen behaviors, indecision, changing your mind once you arrived somewhere. There is this kind of fear of restriction that you don't realize you have because you are an air sign. And air signs, we all know what trapped air is, so nobody wants that. Air needs to be free, and it needs to move, and it needs to feel fresh. So you have sort of confused, and in many ways this is going on with the Aquarian reading too, you've kind of confused opportunities with traps. What's happening now is that the eclipses are doing the transformation for you. They're coming in and saying, this person's right for you, this person's wrong for you, this opportunity was always going to happen for you. Did you not see the signs we left you? Then the full moon comes. The Sagittarius full moon, Libra, I think is where you start to get some of your answers. So I'm going to draw some of the animal spirit cards because they give this much more in-depth insight with the tarot, I think. Oh, if I don't drop the box. Yikes. Okie dokie. And see what we've got going on for Libra. as I say, it's an addition. It feels like an addition. It feels like, because the Empress is always pregnant in these cards. She's pregnant with something, but it doesn't have to be a baby. It can be a new beginning, a new career, a new opportunity. Here's the Mouse. You're feeling shy about something, feeling very timid. Whoa, we've got quite a lot. We've got the bear, we've got the lion, we've got the peacock, and we've got the zebra. The zebra is too glam to give a damn. Zebra just does their thing, dresses in what they want to dress, wears what they want to wear, goes where they want to go, helps people when they want to help people, lives freely. And the peacock is kind of more interested in the inner beauty. Apologies, notice that outer. Because the peacock knows they're unrivaled with their beauty, and that's very Libra-like energy. And it's letting go of the past pain within the psyche. So basically what you're asked to do is unconditionally accept yourself as we go through these eclipse seasons. As we prep for the eclipse season, it wouldn't be a bad time to really look at how you feel about yourself and what it is that you want to do and what questions you have. For a lot of Libras, it seems like there's something very significant in your life that you've been going back and forth about. And it's because you fear what comes next if you make the decision, but it's going to be made for you if you don't have some idea what that is. Because the bear is all about beginning anew after a long winter, waking after his slumber. And then the lion has this beautiful regal energy with him, and he's not afraid of anything. You could be dealing with a Leo, but as I say, you could be dealing with any sign. It's not really necessary to get carried away on it. It's just kind of funny that we have all the elements there. I find that kind of fascinating. Be patient with yourself. You're dealing with a very unusual person if you're dealing with a water sign. Somebody is very, very, very intrigued with your beauty, but you kind of wonder, you have your doubts about whether they're going to go in the long term. The Rainbow Reviver. You need to bring more colour into your life. Resolving conflict. The Garden and Luminosity. The Luminosity card always comes out when a moon is going to be significant for somebody. Things come out of the woodwork. If you're dealing with a period of conflict, possibly with a Sagittarius, if you're dealing with conflict either inner or with somebody else, it's going to be resolved. Let your luminosity shine through and enjoy the moment. If you live mindfully, Libra, this new addition is going to be very clear to you when it appears. If you are so concerned with the outward appearances of things and the indecision and the fear, if you let fear be your guide, it will steer you in all the wrong directions. I can see a pattern here. There seems to be a wonderful addition, is all I can say. This is the best way I can describe it. It's a wonderful addition that you've waited for quite a while. Money is good. Money is good. That Scorpio full moon illuminating your finances has really put you back in balance. But don't be so afraid of spending, whether it is money, whether it is time, or whether it's your feelings. You're headed towards abundance. And for a lot of you, it's a milestone, I think. And in many ways, I think for you guys, it signals around the home. So it's an addition to the home. Could be a person, could be an item, could be a home itself. We'll go more into it in the extended. And we'll delve more into this Knight of Cups character. So I love you guys. I'll see you in the extended if you're joining me. And if you're not, I'll see you in the next set. Bye, Libra.